بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ولو ترى إذ وقفوا على النار فقالوا يا ليتنا نرد ولا نكذب بآيات ربنا ونكون من المؤمنين بل بدا لهم ما كانوا يخفون من قبل ولو ردوا لعادوا لما نوهوا عنه وإنهم لكاذبون وقالوا إن هي إلا حياتنا الدنيا وما نحن بمبعوثين صدق الله العظيم. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah Al-An'am verses 27 to 29, if you could but see when they are made to stand before the fire and will say, oh, would that we could be returned to life on earth and not deny the signs of our Lord and be among the believers. But what they concealed before has now appeared to them, and even if they were returned, they would return to that which they were forbidden, and indeed they are liars. And they say, there is none but our worldly life, and we will not be resurrected.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. First of all, I would just like to say Jazakallah khair to all of you out there for joining us at I Play Islam Ramadan Revivers Just 7. Today, my dear listeners, I want to share with you a valuable lesson regarding this life. A lesson which, if understood, will not only help us get one step closer to paradise, inshallah, but will also allow us to realize just what is important in this life and what isn't. A lot of people in society today have a very shallow-minded view about life. They live by a YOLO criteria. Even if they believe or once taught that there is a life after death, it does not affect them, because they have been brainwashed by the system, by the capitalist mentality, to focus only on the worldly items and to indulge in them solely. This is a problem, because what happens is we cast aside our religion and our values which the Prophet ﷺ fought for, values which our brothers and sisters died for and still die for. We make achieving material gain in this life the center of our desires and aims, and we forget that this life is but a test, and we cannot return to it. Once we die, and we will be accounted for how we spent our time. Now we are in Ramadan, and I know that there are some school and college kids out there who have exams, and like any test, they don't want to fail them. So what some parents may do is tell their kids to eat breakfast and then fast the rest of the day, or have an energy drink and then fast, because they are scared that their kids will fail their exams. They want what's best for their kids, which is fine, but what they don't realize is that getting good grades or amazing paid jobs may be nice, but that doesn't make them successful. It makes them slaves to the system. A system which doesn't want us to please our Lord Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the entity which has dominion over all, the entity which decides everybody's rizq, which job they will get, what grades they will get, what car they will drive, how big of a house they will own, who they will marry. This is the same entity that gave you your parents the ability to see, hear, smell and taste, and yet we don't realize this, we forget it. Instead, we listen to so-called sheikhs who say that the days are too long, kids cannot fast, they should fast half the day, otherwise they'll fail their exams. Who are they? They are not in control of people's rizqs. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created Ramadan as nothing more than a mercy, a chance for us to gain true success. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala states in Hadith Qudsi that if we make a move towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He makes a move to us which is greater. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also says in Surah Al-Imran verse 159, فَإِذَا عَزَمْتَ فَتَوَكَّلْ عَلَى اللَّهِ إِنَّ اللَّهَ يُحِبُّ الْمُتَوَكِّلِينَ. Then when you had taken a decision, put your trust in Allah, for Allah loves those who put their trust onto Him. So fast the days of Ramadan. Don't listen to people who don't want you to earn the mercy and reward and forgiveness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Don't listen to the people who would rather you be slaves to mankind and treat you like wild animals, taking away your rights and values. Instead, listen to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Have trust in Him, that as long as we have good, sincere intentions to please Him and do good, He will always find a way out for us, and He will always give us what is truly best for us, which is why He gave us the month of Ramadan. Now I pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala helps us to achieve the most that we can this Ramadan and reap all of its benefits. I also ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that for those students out there who are fasting and still doing their exams, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives you the grades that you desire. Ameen. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.